The story of this chocolate chip cookie is as old as I am. As a kid, I was always drawn to the amazing aroma of chocolate chip cookies from Famous Amos, and I would pester my dad to buy me some, but it was such a rare treat because it was so expensive. But you know what? You can actually make this yourself at home. I'm gonna attempt to show you how to bake my not so famous Amos cookies in under 2 minutes. And I can tell you that they're the best homemade cookies ever. So stick with me for the bonus tips and full recipe right at the end. About a year ago, Kak by Zura, a passionate home baker from our neighbor Malaysia, said she had cracked the code of the world-renowned Famous Amos chocolate chip cookies. Her one single social media post that included the full recipe and photos was shared over and over and over again all over the world. Now in my part of the world, my little sister found it and started baking them, much to our delight. But then she got really busy, right? So I thought, okay, maybe it's time for big sister to take over. So here's my version of the famed cookies with less sugar and with some sourdough starter added in for greater digestibility. To give the cookies their characteristic robust nutty flavor, start by browning 250 grams of butter and then leave it aside to cool while you prep the other ingredients. I'll explain more in detail why brown butter is better in another video, so watch this space. Meanwhile, in a separate bowl, combine all the dry ingredients starting with 270 grams of all-purpose flour, 56 grams of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. After the brown butter has cooled sufficiently, add 125 grams of light brown sugar. For tips on how to tastefully reduce the amount of sugar in your cookie recipes, check out the link on screen or down below. In the meantime, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, 1 egg. I know they come in different sizes. Best thing to do, weigh it to make sure it's at least 50 grams. And then you add 80 grams of coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil. And then pour in 60 grams of liquid sourdough starter at 100% hydration. Mix well and add in the dry ingredients. Last but certainly not in any way the least, stir in 340 grams of bitter dark chocolate chips. Cover and leave it in the fridge for at least half an hour, or better still, leave it to ferment and develop flavor overnight. When you're ready to bake those crunchy cookies, preheat your oven at 200 degrees Celsius, and once your oven reaches an internal temperature of 150 degrees Celsius, turn the temperature down and keep it right there. To make sure that the cookies are equally sized and baked evenly, I'm going to use a cookie dough scoop. Conversely, you could also pinch balls of cookie dough and weigh them on the scale to be really precise. Space them neatly apart across the baking tray, lined with baking paper of course. Sprinkle each cookie with some flaked sea salt if you like, and let it cook for 15 to 20 minutes. There, I did it in 2 minutes, or didn't I? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you now know how to bake the best homemade cookies ever, and I'm so glad I got to share with you my not so famous Amos cookies recipe. Try it and let me know how you go. Till my next video, have a beautiful day.